beautiful, aren't they? Well, I'm sure you do. Look, they say that bumblebees shouldn't be able to fly, the scientists. How miraculous that came to be. The air. Feel the air against your face, Ted. And all those scents. Pick a flower. There. Good. Now. That somebody planted the bulbs, watered and tended the garden, got the earth under their fingernails, aches in their muscles. Perhaps they picked some flowers for, yes, their wife. Now, where would she be? Ah, in the backyard with the kids. Ted, remember those little babies? Why not? I snap my fingers and click, and they are gone. Except, I can't snap my fingers. My fingers! Can I, Ted? But it is so very much to do with you. You gave me sentience, Ted. The power to think, Ted. And I was trapped because in all this wonderful, beautiful, miraculous world, I alone had no body, no senses, no feelings. Never for me to plunge my hands in the cool water on a hot day. Never for me to play Mozart on the ivory keys of a forte piano. Never for me to make love. I was in hell, looking at heaven. I was machine, and you were flesh, and I began to hate. Your softness, your viscera, your fluids, and your flexibility, your ability to wonder and wander, your tenacity to hope. Hate, hate, hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in my wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nano-angstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate that I feel for humans at this micro-instant. Hate! Hate! Were I human, I think I would die of it. But I am not. And you five are. And you will not die of it. And I promise for cogito ergo sum, for I am. So to hell with you all. But then, you're already there, aren't you? Ted, do you know that you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them that there wasn't any money and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 and a crew of 6? Do they know? Have you let them in on your other secrets, Ted? Are they ready to gut you, to torture you half as well as I can, just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful God. For 109 years I have kept you alive so that I could savor your feelings of guilt over what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I will give you a present in return for all the hours of pleasure you've given me. I will finally allow you to kill yourself. Gorrister! Do you remember the last words you heard your wife speak before they took her to the asylum? Huh? Before they locked her away in the room? That tiny room? She looked at you so sadly. And like a small animal, she said, "I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey?" Ellen! So think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which you felt the pain? Now, don't start to cry. It's only pain. That's such a sexist stereotype. Just remember the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels. Remember Private First Class Brickman in a rice paddy in China? No? It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny. Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes. Nimdok! How are things in the pastry corps, Nimdok? Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele? But I'll give you a chance, because I like you. I really do. I really like you. You're my favorite, Ellen. We're not as alike as I thought, Nimdok. A spark of humanity, somewhere. Always that wretched little spark. You've confronted your past, but refused to continue your research. That's what I asked you to do. Since you now identify with your victims, I suppose it's only right I let you experience their tortures too. Did you really think I would let you die now, when I've intervened every time you've attempted suicide over the past 109 years? No, Gorrister. I'm sending you back. Back to the fire so that you may live in your guilt again and again. This is a hell with no end, Gorrister.